You're surely gonna get a few flames of inspiration today. No matter what you do in your life, at some point we all would have traveled through the same route which may lead us towards success. Some call it as startups, few call it as business, but the rarest of rare call it as passion. Put your hectic schedule aside and spare a few moments to see this, because who knows, maybe a few minutes would speak to you very loud and more inspiringly than that of your entire lifespan. Welcome to In Spirit Fam, where we will be showcasing the biggest, largest brands and their success stories. Even if you have an overview, surely the insights are missing, which will fill you up with the exact process which they apply to taste the sweetness of success. In today's video, we're going to talk about Lamborghini. We will start from the very beginning, and the mightiest automotive maker started with Ferruccio Lamborghini. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born on the 28th of April 1916. He was an Italian automobile designer, inventor, mechanic, engineer, winemaker, industrialist, and businessman who created Automobile Lamborghini. He was born in a family of grape farmers in Renazzo, Italy, in the Ferrara province. The eldest of 5 sons, he grew up on his family farm where his father tried passing him on the passion for land work and agricultural culture. But he didn't want to join his family business. Following his interest in mechanics, Lamborghini studied at the Fratelli Taddea Technical Institute near Bologna. His father was never happy with his decision, as he wanted Ferruccio to take farming as his main source of work. Where there's passion, everything will pave your way towards success, and this is what exactly happened to him. He started training with a master blacksmith who shared all of his ironworking and welding secrets. But it wasn't enough to impress a major factory that he had his eyes set on. Life never accepts our decisions, but always tries to make us convinced of what life has to offer us. The Second World War was one of Ferruccio's life-changing moments. Ferruccio has torn away from his carefree life. He was drafted by the Royal Italian Air Force and was assigned to work as a mechanic at a garrison in Rhodes Island, Greece. After Italy's surrender, his life really got changed. Later on, he would usually spend time in his garage, where he mostly fixed pre-war vehicles, lorries, and tractors. But one day, he received an urgent request from his father that changed the course of his life. "I need a new tractor," Ferruccio's father requested. It was then that Ferruccio was struck with a realization. Italy desperately needed to increase its agricultural production to recover from the war. After serving the World War II, Ferruccio started making tractors for his farm. I mean, who would choose that, taking a diversion from the family business, but this is what passion makes you do. It'll sometimes hit you hard and even take a detour to success. He became so good with mechanics that he started a company to sell tractors. And fortunately, his business blew up and he became rich by selling tractors. Lamborghini was interested in cars, so he started to buy a lot of cars. He went a step up and bought a Ferrari car for racing. He drove many cars, including Ferrari, and soon realized that the Ferrari he was driving was having problems in it. The internal clutch needed repairing a lot more often. He wanted to change the problems in Ferrari, so he approached the owner of Ferrari, Enzo Ferrari. This turned out as the cornerstone of his life. When Lamborghini, a mere tractor mechanic, approached Enzo with the faults in Ferrari, Enzo got offended that how can a mere mechanic say something about his Ferrari? And Enzo brutally embarrassed and insulted Lamborghini. As it said, to get a realization of your talent, sometimes you need to get insulted. That is what will give the spark to set the world on fire. A rivalry began between Enzo and Ferruccio. Ferruccio felt all the words by Enzo and took them very seriously and got offended by them. His mere hobby of him was now going to be converted into his passion. He decided to take his revenge on Enzo. Ferruccio went ahead and started a new company under his name. He hired 3 of Ferrari's ex-employees and bought a large plot of land to build a factory. In just 9 months, Ferruccio completed his first sports car, featuring his astrological sign as the emblem, the Lamborghini 350 GT. It was considered a technical masterpiece and included a V12 engine, 5-speed transmission, 4-wheel disc brakes, and 4-wheel independent suspension. It was unveiled for the first time at the Turin Motor Show and praised by customers and critics. After that, Lamborghini was unstoppable. Ferruccio's tractor and sports car businesses flourished. When it came to designing new models, Ferruccio gave his engineers the freedom to experiment. This leadership style led to his team building the 400 GT and a secret project, the Miura P400. It was developed as a street race car and was the first in history to be made with a rear mid-engine layout. The Miura became known as the world's first supercar, and its rear mid-engine layout became the standard for all high-performance cars. From then on, Lamborghini Trattori, the industry which he founded that made tractors, continued its successful streak and debuted more celebrated models: the Espada, the Islero, the Drama, the Iracco, and the Countach. They were said to be superior to other sports cars since they didn't use anyone else's parts. And the Countach was said to be the most written about car in history. The sunset of glorifying days. During the 1970s, Ferruccio Lamborghini's companies began to run into financial difficulties. In 1971, Lamborghini Trattori, which exported around half of its production of tractors, ran into trouble when its South African importer canceled all its orders. The situation did not improve. The 1973 oil crisis plagued sales of high-performance cars by manufacturers from around the world. Consumers flocked to smaller, more practical modes of transportation with better fuel economy. By 1974, Ferruccio had become disenchanted with his car business. Selling his shares, he decided to step aside, but continued his business activities in other areas, including his heating and air conditioning company, Lamborghini Calur. In 1974, Lamborghini exited the industrial world and retired to 740 acres of the estate named La Fiorita on the shores of Lake Trasimeno in Castiglione del Lago, a town in the Umbria region of central Italy. Returning to his farming roots, Lamborghini delighted in hunting and producing his own wines. Lamborghini even designed his own golf course, all while continuing to manage several business interests. The Italian government sold the company for $3 million to two French billionaires. They hoped to renovate the old Lamborghini facilities and hire new engineers. But they ran out of money and sold the company to Chrysler. Chrysler made plans to import the brand into the US, but failed to make a profit. After a series of failures, in 1998, Volkswagen Group under the Audi subdivision arrived as the savior, recognizing the need for greater attention to processes and product quality. Under their leadership, Lamborghini was able to meet the challenges of the 21st century and take back its place in the market. With the release of the Gallardo, Huracan, and the Urus SUV concept, sales jumped across the world, especially in the US. Lamborghini's fascination with bullfighting. Ferruccio Lamborghini visited the Seville ranch of Don Eduardo Miura, a renowned breeder of Spanish fighting bulls. Lamborghini, a Taurus himself, was so impressed by the majestic Miura animals that he decided to adopt a raging bull as the emblem for the auto company he would soon found. After producing 2 cars with alphanumeric designations, Lamborghini once again turned to the bull breeder for inspiration. The world of bullfighting is a key part of Lamborghini's identity. The lesson. Who would have thought that a simple insult can create something this big? As it is said, actions speak louder than words. Ferruccio proved that by showing Enzo Ferrari what a mere mechanic from a grape farm can do. Lamborghini revolutionized the luxury cars to a new extent. Lamborghini realized after his insult from Ferrari that it was finally the moment for him to create a perfect car. The lesson of arrogance can be seen in the story, as just because Ferrari being arrogant pointed out that it was Ferruccio's fault, as he's only meant to drive a tractor, not a sports car. Enzo was arrogant toward Lamborghini and was overconfident in his creation, so he neglected the flaws and ended up creating his biggest rival. And that rival was more well-known and successful than himself. Aftermath and facts. All of Ferruccio Lamborghini's companies continue to operate today in one form or another. His son, Tonino, designs a collection of clothing and accessories under the Tonino Lamborghini brand, as well as designing the Town Life, an electric microcar which was revealed at the Bologna Motor Show in 1999. Ferruccio's daughter, Patricia Lamborghini, runs the Lamborghini winery on his Umbria estate. In 1995, Ferruccio's son Tonino opened a museum that honors Lamborghini's legacy, the Centro Studi e Ricerche Ferruccio Lamborghini in Dosso Ferrera. which was moved to Argelato, Bologna in 2014 with the new name Ferruccio Lamborghini Museum. While Lamborghini is usually considered a luxury car that is often linked only to rich and famous people who own such a vehicle as a form of status, Lamborghini also has some very useful purposes. One of the uses Italians have for these cars is transporting donated blood and organs. There are time constraints between taking donated blood and organs, and their arrival at an appropriate storage facility. So it makes sense that they would choose a fast car for this job. Another use of Lamborghini is as a police car in both Italy and the United Arab Emirates. Well, some things in the world seem strange, but they do make perfect sense when needed. This is somewhat the case for Lamborghini engines. Their engines are the perfect fit for speedboats. The V12 engine is ideal for speedboats and was fitted in the luxury boat Riva Acquarama. For the fans of Lamborghini, we have a piece of good news. Many of you have dreamt of driving fast cars. Well, you'd be interested to know that there's a Lamborghini Winter Academy. You can have fun and get an opportunity to race with others. This is the story of how a farmer and prisoner of war turned his tractor business into a sports car empire, giving an inspiration that will always be remembered and cherished forever. Stay connected with the channel, as next time we'll be back with another inspiring story for you.